Hello Guitar World, this is Hank from Branson, Missouri. This is lesson 2 in finger picks and thumb picks. First of all, I don't want to tell you that, I need to tell you that I'm not an expert on what finger picks and what thumb picks you should use. The thumb picks and finger picks is kind of preference. It depends on each individual. Tone is the same way. In fact, why I'm talking about finger picks and thumb picks, because it's going to lead up into right hand technique, which does involve your tone somewhat. Different types of finger picks will affect how the tones that you would get from it. The heavier duty finger picks generally have a warmer sound. The very lightweight, such as the 13 and 14 thousandths picks, will have a lighter sound. They will have more of a thin sound, where the heavier picks like the 25 thousandths and the 22, they will have more of a mellow sound. It's the same way with thumb picks. Thumb picks will, if they're the harder they are, the more mellow they will sound. The lighter the weight of thumb pick, the thinner it will sound. I like to use a medium weight type thumb pick. I have just been introduced to this type of a thumb pick, and I'll show it to you. This is called the Fred Kelly pick, speed pick. This one here in orange is a medium weight. There is a white one which I do not have. It's a heavier weight. They also have, I think it's a yellow one that's a very lightweight. I kind of like this medium weight, but again, it's a matter of choice. Again, why do I say thumb picks and picks are important to you? Is because that's going to involve how well you sound, your right hand sounds. It's a tool that's going to add to your right hand. There are different types of picks. I think I talked about a Zuki. These Zuki picks are, this one here I happen to have is a large, and it's a 10-degree angle. What it means, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'm going to try to lay it up here on edge. But this point, this end right here, has got a slight angle. What that does for you, that allows you to hit the string more squarely, especially if your thumb is not pointed down the neck like this. Some guys have a tendency to pick their thumb and be picking like this with the thumb kind of not right straight down the neck. So something like maybe an L10 or an L20 or an L30, the further your thumb comes back to your hand like that, the more angle you should have. Why? Is because that allows you to hit the string squarely. You cannot see my thumb pick, I don't think, but I'm going to take a pencil and show you if you can, if the camera will pick it up. Right here across on this thumb pick, if you can see it on the camera, you will see it. It's black all the way across. Now, what does that mean? That's meaning that I'm hitting the string squarely and not off the edge of the pick. If you hit the string not squarely and you hit it off the edge of the pick, you're going to have a kind of a different sound. It won't be as solid. So the solid sound is right when you're hitting the pick, hitting the string right straight across. Okay, this is a Zuki. Here's another pick that a lot of guys like to have. That's the Blue Herco. There's another one. I believe this is a Jeff Newman type pick. Okay. This one here is a National large. I happen to take, and if you notice it, I happen to take and grind this pick down a little bit so it's thinner. This is a very heavy pick, and I wanted a thinner sound, so I ground it down a little bit. I don't use this pick anymore. I used to use it years back. This is another type of a pick. This is a Dunlap. I happen to use a large pick. My hands are, I've got short, stubby fingers, but my fingers are kind of fat. Okay, so I use a large. I want to make sure that that the thumb pick is not too tight where it hurts my circulation. A large pick A large thumb pick is what I would wear. You might wear a large, you might wear a medium, okay? These are the finger picks that, this one here is a lighter weight. I'm going to show you these first. These are my old finger picks, which I mentioned in my lesson 2, that I've had for 35-40 years. These are great picks. These are the old Yahoo. Some of you older guys might remember the Yahoo lessons. Well, Yahoo used to make finger picks. I happen to have bought these things many years ago. They are great picks. They are 25,000, so you're going to get a more solid sound. If you want a lighter sound in finger picks, this one here happens to be the Pro pick. This is a number 2 angle. You can see that these are lighter weight. Now they're going to get a thinner sound. See the side of it? You're going to get a thinner sound with these type of picks than you will the other. So it's a matter of preference. There's no such thing as one pick fits all. It's just a matter of what you happen to like. Some guys happen to like maybe a lighter sound. They will use this. By the way, if you use this and it does have a lighter sound, you can adjust your amplifier to compensate a little bit for that, okay? In other words, turn your highs down a little bit on your amplifier. The next lesson that we will have will be more into right hand technique, and I will touch a little bit on it today. Again, how you hold your hand depends on what type of blocking you use. Well, I'll just go through a little blocking. There's 3 types of blocking that I'm aware of. There's the palm blocking, which I do here. There is the pick blocking, which you do. You pick the string and then lay the finger right straight down on it again before you pick the next note. That is, if you want to deaden it. I'm going to back up. If you do this, you do the same thing with palm. You'll pick the string on your hand, will come down. Now I'm exaggerating. You should not raise your hand this high. Okay. Then there's another one that I use. I picked this up from Buddy Emmons. Oh, quite a few years back, about in the 70s. He was playing up in the area that I lived in at the time, and I happened to watch him. I talked with him a little bit, and he uses a type of blocking where he takes this finger right here and tucks it under. Now he tucks it under. See how I roll it over? That finger takes and blocks about 2 or 3 strings. That really helps me block and mute the strings, and it helps me that I don't have to raise my hand quite so high. A lot of guys are picking and they're taking and playing and they're raising their hand. I'm exaggerating again, but this is the way they're picking. Okay, they're raising their hand up and picking the string, and they're probably picking it stiff-fingered. When you pick a string, the finger, I'm picking them without any picks now. It's like this. It's a pumping motion. That's how your hand has to come up naturally to pick the string and let it ring, and then your hand goes down to block it. But you don't have to raise it very high. If you see what I'm doing here, I'll put the picks back on because it doesn't sound quite the same. I'm putting this new Fred Kelly pick back on, the medium weight, because I kind of like that one. Terry Bethel, by the way, led me into this. Terry is a good friend of mine. Pumping motion. You're blocking. I'm blocking with this finger here as well as the palm of my hand back here. Okay. I also block some with this finger. I lay that over the top of the first string, kind of like that, and my hand is laid down at an angle just like this. Some guys are picking straight up like this. If you're trying to palm block and you pick up like that, guess what? You're not going to be able to palm block because this is part of your hand is off of the strings. Okay, that's almost impossible to do that. So you have to roll your hand over like that. Now, let me show you a little thing here. Take a pencil. I happen to have a ballpoint pen, and I'm going to be writing with that. This is the way my hand looks. Now I'm going to take that pen right out of there, and that's the way my hand should be when I'm picking. Just like that. with the thumb all the way down towards the keys, towards the end of the guitar, towards the keys. Again, I talked about that thumb, how far it goes down. Some guys cannot bring it down. I talked to a guy here, we had a show here recently, and he can't get his thumb right straight out, and this guy is a great picker. So what he uses that Zuki L30, which it picks up the angle and allows him to hit these strings flat with the thumb. Okay. This is Hank, and we'll continue with the right hand technique at our next session. Okay? See you later. Bye.